Paula Bowen. Paula was a circuit rep who created a project from the ground up. She was here today with you all, decided to get involved and put on an excellent program and embodied what the Young Lawyers Conference is all about. So I thought she'd be a good person to speak to you all today about how to run a successful project. So, Paula.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Paula, as everybody knows, and we're here today to discuss what you're going to be doing as a circuit rep. As a circuit rep, the events that you plan are an essential part of implementing the YLC's purpose. The YLC's purpose is fourfold. First of all, to serve as a vehicle through which the younger members of the Virginia State Bar can exert a more direct influence upon the activities of the Virginia State Bar. Second, to engage in activities designed to respond to discernible needs among the younger members of the bar in particular and the members of the legal profession in general. Third, to promote, uphold, and elevate the standards of honor, integrity, and competence in the legal profession. And finally, to assist the counsel of the Virginia State Bar in discharging its duty to improve the legal system and the responsiveness of the profession to the members of the public for whose benefit the profession exists. Keeping this purpose in mind, we'll now discuss how to put on a successful YLC event. First of all, in getting an idea or a topic or a group that you're going to speak to, get input from your local bar to see what type of topic they would like to address. Or if there's a local issue in your circuit, such as elder abuse, drug abuse, gang activity, domestic violence, is there an international or national issue that you can address? For example, as Ken mentioned earlier, I did a CLE on human trafficking, which is on the national and international radar. It's also my passion to deal with the human trafficking victims. What is your passion? What group are you passionate about? What topic are you passionate about focusing on? If you have passion about your event or the group that you're going to be speaking to, this goes a long way to making sure that this will be a successful event. If you don't want to start from scratch on your event, look and see what the other young lawyers have been doing in their circuits. In your notebook, tab 2, there is a project planning worksheet. At the end of that worksheet is a list of keynote projects that are put on by the young lawyers. Take a look at that and see if that sparks any interest, any projects that you'd like to put on. Also in tab 8 of your handouts is a long list of program descriptions. If you look on the list here, see if there's anything that you would like to implement in your jurisdiction. Contact the program chairs to see if they can give you an ideas, or if you can assist them, or if they can assist you. Now that you have your idea or topic that you're going to present, who's going to be providing the service? Never rule out the fact that you may be the most qualified person to be a speaker at an event. Each of you has a prior experience or a current expertise that can benefit those in your circuit. If you don't want to be the presenter or speaker, see if there's anybody in your circuit who will be willing to help. Individuals who can come speak at your event don't necessarily have to be lawyers. They could be other professionals or have a prior experience, such as medical professionals, domestic violence victims, survivors of elder abuse. If you don't want to use a forum where there's a speaker, see if there's something that your lawyers can do within their circuit to provide their legal expertise. Some of the examples that the lawyers can do their legal expertise would be Community Law Week, No Bills Night, Emergency Legal Services, Wills for Heroes, or creating and passing out educational materials. Also, the lawyers don't have to use their legal expertise to help the community. They can participate in events such as feeding the homeless during the holidays or participate in clothing or canned food drives. Now that you've determined who will be providing the service to the public, how are you going to get your audience there? Maureen already discussed about what they can offer with advertising for the lawyers or for the public by sending out a mass email, and also putting the event on the YLC website. There's a form also in your handout, tab 3, that needs to be filled out on advertising your program. Get this to Ms. Stengel or Ms. Huban in plenty of time. This will give the IT department plenty of time to put this together. But if you want to have some event for your lawyers, have the bar president send out an email plenty of time in advance to all the lawyers in your circuit. If this is something that you want to do an event for the general public, use your media, such as newspapers, news stations, radio stations, or get flyers out where people frequent. Now that you have your audience coming, what venue are you going to hold your event at? The various venues in your circuit should be able to accommodate your event for free. Examples are your local schools, high schools, law schools, and you can use their classrooms, you can use courtrooms, you also can use library conference rooms. Make sure that when you do have a venue in mind, that you have a representative at that venue that you can keep in contact with. Go to the venue before the event and make sure that it can accommodate all of your needs. Now that you have a location where you're going to hold your event, what is your timeline? Is this going to be a half-day event, whole-day event, evening or weekend event? Once you decide upon the date of your event, have deadlines along the way to keep you on track. Also develop an itinerary for the day of the event. On the day of the event, keep the event running on time. We've discussed the timeline. Now it's time to discuss if there are expenses or costs. You'll need to develop a budget with income and expenses. The type of expenses that you could incur could be advertising, supplies, or as Maureen mentioned, travels for your speakers. This is something you're going to need to keep the liaison informed on with your expenses. You've got to get them approved by your liaison. In your handout, as Maureen mentioned earlier, there is a YLC reimbursement policies, and this will cover what program or project you participated in, list of expenditures and total amounts to be reimbursed, and you must also attach the original receipts. This is the YLC reimbursement request form that will need to be filled out, and this is in tab 11 of your booklet. Throughout the whole process of your event, planning it, implementing it, you're going to need to keep several individuals in the loop. First and foremost is your liaison. They are there to help you throughout the whole process. Keep them informed about what's going on in your circuit, what project you're implementing, what progress is going on with your project, and then after the project is complete, give them updates on how the project went. You'll also have your young lawyers to rely upon in your circuit. This is something that you cannot and you should not do by yourself when you have an event. You should be able to get your young lawyers on the ball and delegate to them as much as possible. In order to have a successful event, you need to have them involved in the planning of the event and also have them participate on the event day as well. Finally, keep your participants, your speakers, your audience in the loop with what you're doing. Any modifications to your event, they need to know these as well. So as you prepare for your event and you implement your event, remember our purpose with YLC is to serve our profession and the public.